guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So today's pick a card reading is going to be messages and predictions for the month of October 2022. And can I just say how crazy it is that we're already doing this video, because I can remember so clearly filming the October 2021 video, and the fact that that was a year ago, or like almost a year ago, is just like, I cannot process that. Anyways, so as always, we're going to start off this reading with a general overview of the month. So we're going to see the main energies that you're dealing with in October, some of the major events, and sort of like the main theme of the month. And then we are going to move on into the specific areas of your life. So we're going to see what's going on in your love life and relationships, in your career and studies, and finally in your spiritual and personal growth. So there are 3 readings for you guys to choose from today. So I'm going to show you each of these crystals close up one by one, and please pick whichever one you feel drawn to the most. Number 1 is blue Chalcedony. Number 2 is pink Amethyst. And number 3 is Morganite. Okay, so as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number ones, so if you guys chose the blue Chalcedony, this is going to be a reading all about your month of October 2022. So we're gonna start off the reading with the general overview part, and in this part we're basically looking at the main energies that you're dealing with this month, or the significant events. So to start off, we have stormy, and we have no with the messages reconsider and for the best. Okay, so the first thing that is coming to me here is like, I'm looking at the literal visuals of these cards, and they both have oceans in them. So you could be spending a lot of time by the ocean during this month, or if you are not from somewhere that looks like this, a beachy area, you could be either visiting a location like this in the month of October, or you could be starting to plan a vacation during this month. You may be going to some kind of beach or tropical destination. Also, kind of quite literal interpretation of these visuals is that wherever you are in the world, in the month of October, the weather could be very inconsistent. So like, it will go from like storming rain to a beautiful sunny day in a matter of hours, or the weather is going to be very unusual for your part of the world. So like, for example, I live in Canada, and in October it's usually cold. Sometimes it's already snowing. So for me, this could be like, oh, it's October, but it's like 25 degrees today. Or what is that in Fahrenheit? It's like 70 something. So it's like very odd weather for October. Not necessarily a prediction about your life, but that could just be something that you're remarking during this month. But if we get more into the symbolic meanings of these cards, I am noticing on the stormy card, we have the number 1. So this is a strong indicator of a new chapter beginning in your life. You are going through a transition, and there is a new beginning happening in your life. However, I feel like this transition is going to be a little bit messy. And I'm kind of getting the feeling, and I don't want to scare you guys, because I feel like this is more referring to just like minor complications and things being annoying and things being frustrating while you go through this transition. But a message that just came to me is like, everything, it feels like, I should say it that way, it will feel to you like, oh my God, everything that could possibly go wrong is going wrong right now. If I can just give an example for this, let's say you are going on a trip to a beach destination. This would be like, your Uber driver, you're trying to get an Uber to go to the airport, and the drivers keep canceling on you. Your baggage is overweight. There's a really long line at the airport. I don't know, you ripped your pants or something like that. It's like, I feel like as you're going through this transition, because transitions are hard anyway, it feels like there's gonna be inconveniences popping up, there's going to be delays, there's going to be miscommunications. This is honestly one of those messages. It's like sometimes things just hit the fan and sometimes things just suck. But you know what? I'm looking at this relaxing vacation image on this card, and I feel like the message is like, if you don't take things too seriously, and if you just let go and you're like, okay, universe, take the wheel, it's actually going to go a lot smoother. I feel like what is going to make this feel so annoying and so frustrating is if you are trying to like micromanage everything, and when things go wrong, if you're really trying to like push back and resist the delays, resist the complications, and you're like fighting for control with the universe, I feel like that's what's going to make it feel so frustrating. So if you can just let go, like, I know you can't see me, but I'm like throwing my hands up right now and being like, okay, this month is kind of going off the rails and I'm just gonna chill, I'm just gonna relax. This could also be like, because you're going through all of this transitions, you don't have as much time to upkeep your regular habits or to stick to your regular routine. And this is like the universe saying that's okay. This is not a month where we want to really be trying to control ourselves and control every little event. Like, shit happens in life, honestly. Like, things just happen, and I feel like your mindset can really change how you get through this month if you give yourself that grace and you're like, I'm going through a transition and transitions are messy and sometimes things don't go as planned, and that's okay. Like, I'm not going to freak out, I'm not going to be hard on myself. Like, I'm just gonna laugh it off. If I can use myself as an example, I'm having very frustrating technical difficulties right now. I maybe lost like months worth of work from my devices, and I told my sister on the phone about it and we just like burst out laughing. It's like sometimes like shit just hits the fan so much that you just have to laugh about it and feel less alone and just be like, you know what, this is life, and what matters is that I'm healthy and I have my loved ones, and like stuff like this is gonna happen, so I'm just gonna relax and I'm gonna get through it, and I'm not gonna be hard on myself to do the things that I always do and to do the routine that I always do and to expect myself to be picture perfect. I'm just gonna freaking jump in this stormy ocean, like fuck it. Like it's that kind of energy. I also just got the image of someone like dancing in the rain. Like, instead of being like, oh no, it's raining today, this like ruined my day, they're like, you know what, if it's gonna freaking rain, then I'm gonna enjoy it. And like they go out and dance in the rain. So I kind of see you guys, it's just like letting go and embracing the chaoticness that is this transition. And I honestly feel like once you get through this transition, one day you're going to look back and be like, wow, that was a wild time. And yes, be able to laugh and look back fondly at all of the things you went through. I really feel like not taking this chapter of your life so seriously is the key. And also, one thing I want to mention with this stormy person, her mascara is running, but she looks amazing. Like, she's still killing it. She's still looking amazing. So I feel like you're gonna handle this transition with a lot more grace than you give yourself credit for. I feel like you might feel like everything is going wrong and everything is falling apart, but it's not going to appear that way to people around you. People are gonna feel like you're really holding it together and like, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you for this new chapter, for this new start. I feel like you're doing a lot better than what you might be perceiving, honestly. I think you need to give yourself more credit and like take yourself less seriously. I feel like that's good advice for this group. I know that this card says no, reconsider, and for the best, but I'm really just focusing on this image. This is like chill, relax, no worries, take it easy, take it slow. Delays don't matter when you're not in a rush. I think that's an important message for you guys as well. In fact, if you're more in this chill mindset, I feel like delays would not even phase you. Whereas if you're in this like, everything needs to happen right away and everything needs to go perfectly to schedule and perfectly to plan, then delays are going to feel like shit is hitting the fan, and they are going to feel like the end of the world. And like, your perception is so important here. It's like, just relax. That is the feeling that I'm really getting. Like, everything's gonna be fine. You're doing great. You're doing a lot greater than you realize. For some of you, this could be, I feel like this might have to do with travel or like a big move, because moving is very stressful. There's a lot of things to plan. There's a lot of steps. There's a lot of things to take care of. And I feel like nobody goes through a move looking perfect and not a care in their mind. Some of you guys could be planning a wedding or like planning a really big event that involves like coordinating a lot of people. And it's like, if you're planning a wedding and you don't look like this, I feel like that is more of a concern. Like, I feel like this is the norm, but you guys, like, it's normal for these transitions to be crazy and chaotic. You could be like getting ready to welcome a baby into your home or something like that. And it's like, for some reason you have it in your head that this is wrong. Like, for things to be up in the air, for things to be like going out of your plan. I feel like if you talk to someone who's been through this, it's going to make you feel so much better. Like, oh no, that's what this transition is like. That's pretty much what you should be looking like right now, or how you should be feeling right now. In fact, you're actually doing a lot better than most people at navigating this change. So with that, let's take a look now at some astrological cards to see any more significant energies or significant dates in this month. Yeah, exactly. We have Gemini, which is the card about communication. Yes, I feel like talking about what you're going through, communicating, is going to be such a big help. And there was actually a couple examples of this in what we were speaking about here. There's like me talking to my sister about my woes and being able to see the humor in it because of how freaking ridiculous it is. Like, what are the chances that this would happen? And then there's also the aspect of like, if you share what you're going through, I feel like you will realize that you're not in as bad of a place or as messy of a place as you think you are. You're actually doing an amazing job as you go through these changes. So I feel like this is a very straightforward message to communicate, to stay connected at this time. If you guys are the type to kind of shut off when you're stressed or like go off and be by yourself, I definitely don't want to discourage you from taking your alone time, because that's very, very important. Like, I get it. I'm an introvert myself. But be aware of isolating yourself or like staying quiet about what you're going through, because I feel like if you put yourself out there and if you talk about what you're going through, it's going to be really, really helpful. Sometimes when we just let it stew in our head, our brain blows it way out of proportion and builds it up to be like 10 times worse than it actually is. And the second we talk about it, we realize like, oh, I'm not alone. Oh, this is life. These kinds of things happen. It's okay. Like, I'm going to survive. I'm going to be okay. I'm going to get through it. This new chapter is going to start and everything's going to be fine. I really feel like you guys are getting ready for like a huge change in your life. It's like you're moving, you're like getting married, having a baby. Maybe you're like going off to school, or like you're about to start a business and it's like really chaotic. Like, you have to find an office, you have to register your company, you have to figure out the financial aspect, you have to network. It's like there's a lot of moving parts that you have to coordinate. Moving to another country, you have to apply for your visa, which means you have to prepare like 4 million documents, you have to book your plane tickets, you have to find your accommodation. It's like, it's overwhelming, and it would be overwhelming for anybody. And it's like, it's not, I want to say like, it's not fair to put this standard that you have to like so gracefully fly through everything. you will be stronger for this transition, and one day you'll look back and be really freaking proud of yourself and how well you handled this. Okay, we also have, we have the full moon in Cancer. A personal issue reaches resolution. See, everything's gonna be okay. You are protected. You are safe, and you're gonna settle into this new chapter so well. Some of you guys in this new chapter, you're assuming a new role. A lot of you, there's like motherhood is coming through, or like a new home, or parenthood, I should say, with this Cancer energy. Maybe this is going to be very specific, but maybe some of you guys are having twins, like you or your partner is giving birth to twins, and it's like you weren't expecting that, and you're like, am I going to be able to handle this? There's this feeling of like, I'm so worried if I'm going to be able to handle this. And your spirit guides are saying you have an amazing intuition, and you're going to be able to feel your way through this new role, this new position. You're going to be a natural at it. Yes, you are going to be a natural at it. Cancer, like you, the innate intuition that you have, you're going to feel your way through this transition with so much ease, and you're going to be amazing in this new position, in this new environment, really. And I feel very emotional when I'm saying this. I feel like you guys really, really need to know that, like, everything is going to be okay. And I feel like I don't say this often, but I really wish that I can hug this group, like that I can just hug you and tell you that everything's going to be okay, because it is going to be. It's going to be more than okay. You're going to do great. You already are doing great. Okay, so I also want to check when the moon is going to be in Gemini and Cancer during this month, because those could be important dates for you. So I'm just opening my moon app, and I do have to scroll a little bit because I'm filming this in advance. Okay, so the moon will be in October. The moon will enter Gemini on the 15th, and it will leave Cancer on the 18th. So the 15th to the 18th could be important dates for this group. If you're in the Western Hemisphere, it might be the 14th to the 17th, because I'm in the East where everything's like a day ahead. So it could be 14th to 17th. Well, anyway, basically the middle of the month. Yeah, so now we are going to take a look at the tea leaf fortune cards. So, I also just saw 1616 when I looked up at the camera timer. 1 being new beginnings, 6 being balance. So yes, it might feel kind of shaky right now, but you will find your stability, you'll find your balance, you'll find your harmony. 16 is also the card of the Tower, so you could kind of be feeling that. I think matches very well with the stormy energy. You could just be feeling like it's hard to find your footing right now, but after the Tower comes the Star, and that's wishes coming true, that's a promising future, that's a huge symbol of hope. But anyway, yes, so these cards could indicate specific events coming in this month, things to look forward to, things to look out for, or just any other messages from your spirit guides. So we have Shield, you need to defend yourself. Fox, shrewdness and resourcefulness, especially in business. And I just saw 1717, which is the number of the Star. And we were just talking about how the Star comes after the Tower. And then we have Heart, love, deep affection, and caring. Okay, so I also feel that something that will happen in the month of October is that you're going to be receiving offers. And you need to be careful, and you need to be selective about whose offers you receive, or it's like who you collaborate with, who you sign with is also coming through. Be careful who you sign with, or be careful who you ask for help. So if I'm using the example of moving again, it would be like, be wary of like the realtor or the company that you're hiring to help you. If you're in my situation, be careful of the data recovery service, which after doing research, it seemed like there were some scam companies out there. So, like, I guess don't be naive this month. If someone's making you an offer, whether it's like, hey, I want to hang out with you. Hey, I want to help you. I want to work with you. I want to offer you this position, whatever it is. Really, this is a month to be kind of suspicious, I think, of new people coming in to make offers. That's kind of the feeling that I get. I know this card says especially in business, but then we also have this heart card with love, deep affection, and caring. So this could definitely be in a personal setting as well. While I definitely feel this is going to be a month where existing connections of yours, so like friends, family, romantic partners, or love interests that are like already in your life, I feel like those bonds are really going to be deepening this month, and your appreciation for these people is really going to be deepening. This card is like, be wary of new people, or like be wary of someone who is coming back from your past out of nowhere after a really long time of not talking to you. And it's like, it's like the stereotypical like girl from high school comes back and is like, hey babe, I have a business opportunity for you. Or like an F person or a situationship person that hasn't spoken to you in months suddenly coming back and being like, hey, I miss you, what are you doing? Just be wary of that kind of thing. But on the other hand, people who are actively in your life, those connections are going to be really thriving this month. This is a month where you're going to feel very loved, protected, and supported by those who are in your life, existing friends, existing love interests, that you're maintaining a connection with. Those relationships are going to be very, very beautiful. Now that I think about it too, like, Cancer energy is kind of like reserved and protective when it comes to their heart. Like, they are protective with their heart. It's like, keep your close ones close this month and really cherish those existing connections, and then keep that hard outer shell for, not to be rude, but like weirdos who are trying to get in. And then, yeah, like Gemini, this is kind of like stereotypical Gemini traits, but it can talk about like a fake or two-faced person. And I'm not saying that Geminis are like that. I love Geminis. I have a Gemini moon, but that's one of their like stereotypical traits. So yeah, if someone's like coming out of nowhere, being really nice to you and offering you something, just be kind of wary of their intentions. So it's like, you're already going through enough. You don't need, like, I don't have time for new friends. Anyway, so this concludes the general overview part of the reading. So we're going to be moving into the specific life areas part now. As you can see, we have one tarot card and one very dazzling oracle card, each for the life areas of love and relationships, career and studies, and spiritual and personal growth. So we're going to start off with your love and relationships. Exactly. Frickin' So for your tarot card, we have the King of Pentacles. And for your oracle card, we have Light Curve. Yeah, I'm not to sound like a broken record, but this is a month where you're getting a lot closer and really deepening your appreciation for the people who are already in your life. So this is family, this is friends, this is significant others, spouses, children, companion animals, love interests. No offense to the love interests for coming after the companion animals, but you know what? Sometimes the animals are priority. Sorry. Anyway, yes, the people you're currently dealing with, connections are going to be deepening. I want to mention the infinity symbol above the King of Pentacles person's head. There could be some sort of forever promise that is coming up this month, or ascending to a new level of commitment. So for example, engagements, marriages, or like a love interest committing to you, to be in a committed relationship. Promises of commitment or further levels of commitment, I think, is going to be a big theme this month. And because even without the infinity symbol, the King of Pentacles, when it comes out with regards to love and connections, it's already a huge indicator of someone who is really serious about you, and is in it for the long haul no matter what. Like, they're gonna be like a rock in your life. They're going to be so consistent, so loyal, so nurturing. They're going to take amazing care of you. And I really like the light curve card next to this, because it's making me think of like a ray of light, a ray of sunshine, someone whose intentions for you are so pure and like they only want the best for you. And this is someone who really feels like you deserve the world. If you guys are in a committed relationship, or if you're married, this could be indicating that your partner is going through a really exciting leveling up, a really exciting advancement in their career, because the King of Pentacles also talks about like long-term prosperity. So and this would be something that they've been working on for a really, really long time. So like your spouse is finally getting a promotion, or they're getting a new job, or like they're moving because they have a better financial situation now. So maybe like before you guys were renting and now you can buy a home or something like that. You and your loved ones are going to be very materially blessed this month, and there's really, really beautiful things coming for you with this light curve here. So yeah, for those of you, you're in a relationship or you currently have a love interest, things are going to be really, really stable this month. There's likely going to be some sort of commitment happening, or like talks of moving things to the next level. These shooting stars in the background kind of remind me of the Eight of Wands, because they're like coming down like this. So this could be talking about communication. Like, we're talking about our long-term future. We're talking about the next steps. Maybe you guys are like moving in together, or yeah, something like that. It's like things are moving to the next level. And this is just an indication for you guys, or a confirmation that the people you're holding close right now, they really, really are keepers. And you probably don't need me to tell you that, but just in case you did, they're keepers. Like, the person you're in a relationship with, they're a keeper. The person you're talking to and involved with, they're a keeper. Your friends, they're keepers. Like, just know, like, Spirit has you surrounded by the best support system, and they have your back. And I don't know, I'm just hearing like, you don't need new people right now. Like, sorry, we're full. We're not accepting applications right now. Like, you already have like the cream of the crop. This is what it feels like. So this is really a month to treasure those relationships. So moving on now, we have the messages for career and studies. So for your tarot card, we have the Queen of Cups. And for your oracle card, we have tidal force. So it's interesting, we have a water card with the Queen of Cups here, and then we have like water waves with the tidal force. Oh, I should mention too, King of Pentacles is indicative of an earth sign person, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Queen of Cups is indicative of water sign, Cancer. I would say especially Cancer, because we have it here too. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. And there's just a lot of like water imagery in this reading as well, like with tidal force, with this no card, with this stormy card. There's a lot of waterish stuff going on. So I feel like especially a water sign, and especially a Cancer, could be significant to this group. With the Queen of Cups here, there's so many things that this can indicate when it comes to career. For one, this is really a group where whatever you're doing for a living, your heart has to be in it. This is not the case for everybody. Like, some people can just choose a job because it provides them security, and then the things that they love to do are separate from their job. I feel like this is really a group, like, if you are not in love with what you do, like, you can't continue it. Like, your heart needs to be in it, your passion needs to be in it. And I think it's very interesting that this Queen of Cups has a heart shape where her third eye is. I feel like the activities, the skills, the fields of work that you are naturally drawn to, like where your heart naturally is, it's because your psychic abilities, or your soul, I should say, your soul is leading you in that direction. So please, I don't know like who needs to hear this, but please do not ignore the things that you love. You love them for a reason. Your soul is like calling out to you to please pursue them, please prioritize them, please hold them close to you. This is related to your calling. This is related to the profession that you're supposed to have. It's really important for this group to do something that you love, and your soul will tell you what that is. Your soul knows what that is. I think it's interesting, like the holding it close to you, keep it close. The Queen of Cups is very protective. In like the Rider-Waite, for example, and I think in many other decks, her cup is actually closed. There's a lid on it, so it is not accessible to just anyone. So you know, just going back to this offer, and this especially in business, like I guess there could be, you know, because the fox is kind of sneaky and kind of sly. When you are really, really in love with something, when you really want to pursue a certain profession, or there's something you really, really want to do, I feel like sneaky people can smell that and they can like play on your heartstrings and play on what you love. A really easy example of this is like someone who loves singing and really, really wants to be a successful singer, and like record label executives or whatever it is will like play on that love that you have, and then, you know, lure you in and get you in an unfavorable contract. So like hold what you love close to you. As the person on this card does look older, this could be an indication that like you're too wise for that kind of stuff to work on you anyway. So maybe you don't have to worry about that. But it's like, keep what you love sacred. Maybe like hold it close to your heart so that you're not swayed by other people's like advice. I just heard unsolicited advice, or other people's expectations of you. I also think for this group, it's really important that what you do for a job is like you're helping people, you're nurturing people, you're helping people heal, or you're taking care of people, like you're making a difference for others in that way. But more about the month of October with all of this water energy. This is definitely an energy of taking things slow and going with the flow and going where your heart takes you. I feel like this is not a month, and this kind of goes back to what we were talking about in the beginning, but this is not a month to rush things. This is not a month to force things. I feel like wherever it is that you want to go, you're going to naturally get there in time. This is just a hypothetical example so that it's like easy to understand. But let's say, for example, you are in a career that provides security, but it's not very fulfilling, and your heart is calling you somewhere else. This is like, rather than panicking and trying to rush, like, oh, I have to change things, I have to get out of this situation. It's like you are receiving the correct message, but there's no need for this urgency, if that makes sense. Like, yes, maybe your soul is calling you elsewhere, but you don't have to rush there and be like pushing things and people over to get there faster. If you relax, it's like you have all the time in the world, and this doesn't have to be stressful, and this doesn't have to be rushed and urgent. There's very like a take it easy, everything's gonna be okay kind of energy surrounding this reading. And it's like, if you just let things flow naturally, those changes are going to come eventually anyway. Like anywhere that you need to get professionally, it's going to happen naturally. It's going to happen in its own time, as a combination of your own inspired action and the universe working in your favor. But it never has to feel forced. Like you never have to feel like anxious, or oh shit, I have to hurry up, or oh shit, I'm not doing enough. You are progressing at exactly the right pace. And I feel like there's also this recurring message of like you being older, like in a few years' time, and looking back on your current situation and saying like, wow, I didn't really need to stress that much at all. Why was I in such a hurry? Why was I so panicked? Like, I just needed to let go and let the universe's plan for me unfold. The universe was showing me my future, and all I had to do was accept it with gratitude and allow myself to flow into that future. There was no need to panic. There was no need to push myself. Like, yes, where I am now and where I want to get looks different, but as time goes by, I will just naturally mold into that new version of myself. It's like Spirit's not showing you the future version of you to say like the current you is wrong, the current you is out of alignment. It's just to show you what's to come, to show you what the universe is working on, to show you what you're naturally moving towards. It's like it will happen without you even trying. Because any action that you need to take, you'll already do it naturally. It will come to you as an inspired action. So it's like no forcing. No forcing. And I said that at the very beginning too. No panicking and no forcing, which is very easier said than done. But your soul has the wisdom to do that. Your soul has the wisdom to just feel your way through and take action when it feels right and when you feel safe to do so. Okay, so finally, we're going to take a look at your messages for spiritual and personal growth. I also just saw 3443, which is like the third time I'm seeing angel numbers in this group. It was 1616, 1717, and 3443. So, wow. For your tarot card, we have the Two of Cups, which is more water. And again, Two of Cups is Cancer. I believe it's Venus in Cancer. You could be dealing with like a Gemini with Venus in Cancer, or like a Taurus with Venus in Cancer, a Virgo with Venus in Cancer. And then fusion. Like two coming together and two coming together. Wow. I feel like this group is going through some kind of transition in their love life. Like wow, and I'm like burping a lot when I say this. So, yeah, the energy's strong. That could also be just because I'm so excited for you that I'm gasping a lot and then the air has to get out somehow. But either way, the energy is strong. Yeah, there's an exciting new beginning coming in your love life, and it's promising more closeness within a connection, more commitment within a connection. Even these, like, they're doing a pinky promise. They're doing a pinky promise. It's like, and didn't I say like a promise when the King of Pentacles came out? There's like a promise to keep moving forward with someone, or a promise for forever, or a promise for more stability. I really feel like this is a month for those of you who are like romantically inclined. This is a month for relationships solidifying into like a committed official relationship, and again, like engagements, moving in together, marriages, starting a family. There's really strong energy for that, and this in itself contributes to your personal growth because you're taking on a new role and you're taking on a new responsibility. And probably this really goes without saying, but like in the example of becoming a parent, that's a huge new chapter. That's a huge new role that's going to teach you so much, and it's going to bring out new aspects of you, like new instincts, a new way of seeing the world. I don't have children, so I can't say, but I feel like maybe after you have a child, it's like your whole view of the world changes, or like something in you just changes forever. But even if it's just like coming into a committed relationship, that's also contributing to so much growth. And it's because of this fusion card. It's like, it's not just me anymore. Like I'm now taking on like my own best interests, my own happiness, as well as the best interest and happiness of this other person. I have to take care of myself so that I can show up for this other person as well. I mean, that's not the only reason you take care of yourself, but you know what I mean. It's like we're linked now. We affect each other now. I have to show up as my best self. I have to take care of myself. It's like that sense of responsibility that comes with like promising yourself to someone or committing yourself to someone. This could also be a business partnership, actually, the more I'm talking about it. Like, if we're gonna show up and build this business together, like, we gotta both show up. We gotta put in the work. We gotta trust each other. We really have to trust each other, and respect each other and hear each other out. And we both gotta bring our 100%. It's like this feeling of like, I have someone who's counting on me now. So this commitment is contributing like to so much growth in you. It's like emotional responsibility, self-awareness, maturity, respect, trust, communication, loyalty. It's really, this is about like connections making you a better person. And the connection with you making your person a better person. And it's like in some way, you're like these rings that have connected now. And there's like, in this Venn diagram, like there's now a part that exists between the two of you that you're one. That is both of you. You've literally like fused together. Yeah. Oh, that's so nice. Okay, so I actually do have, and I just saw 3939. My goodness. I do have one last part in this reading, which I don't normally do, but I wanted to take a look at just a few more oracle cards for some last messages from Spirit, and I think it's very funny that this is, for context, this deck has, I believe, 5 different artworks for the back. So not every card looks like this. Is it near me right now? No, it's not. But anyway, there's 5 different images, and you guys happen to have this one that's like 2 people coming together to make a heart, and they're mirroring each other. So I feel like that's really apt. Oh, and also this deck is by the Cancerian channel, which, I mean, this is going to be used in every group, but it's funny that like so much Cancer energy was coming up, and then we have the Cancer deck. And there's like this nice partnership image. But yes, anyway, believe in yourself, believe in your dreams. What you believe is what you will create. You can do anything. And then we have masters, teachers, and loved ones. You are being guided by the divine. Allow your heart space to open and trust that we are here with you every step of the way. So this is a reminder that at any given moment, you have the power and the wisdom of higher beings with you. This is a card that makes me think of ascended masters. It makes me think of archangels. It makes me think of deities. This is basically here to tell you that you have some very, very powerful beings who have your back. It's like you're working with the higher ups. And higher ups is not really an apt word, because I feel like in human language, that kind of implies like a hierarchy and like I'm better than you, but it's not like that. It's not like that with souls. So, but there's just like no better way to say it. Anyway, really, really powerful beings. And I just saw 4141, which is actually an angel number that makes me think of like new homes, new families. We have the number 20 here. 20 could be a significant age for some of you guys, or the 20th of October could be significant. That's my dad's birthday, actually. Also the 1st, with the number 1 here, October 1st. But what was I gonna say? I was also gonna say that the number 20 reminds me of Judgment, which is like transformations, leveling up, you're answering your calling, you're gonna do amazing. And this also reminds me of like something you would stand under when you're getting married. So there's just like huge messages of commitment here. This reduces to 2 as well, which is, you know, obviously a number about couples and partnerships. We have the Gemini twins here. Just like there's this really important relationship or relationships for you guys that are being highlighted in this month. Ooh, and then for the last card we have, it is within reach. What are you thinking about when you look at this card? What is within reach? Oh, that, yes, it is. It is within reach. It is right in front of you, so close you can taste it. Release your inhibitions, feel the rain on your skin. Yeah, anyway, so group number 1. These are all the messages I'm seeing for you, so I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. And I just saw 4334, which is like a flipped image of the 3443 that we saw before, and I lost count of how many angel numbers we've had in this reading, but it's at least 5. I know that for sure. Anyway, thank you very much for letting me do this reading for you. I already said that. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And you can also follow me on Instagram, where I post regular pick a card readings. I also have a music channel. The song that you guys heard at the very start of this video was an original song, so if you're interested in listening to the full version of that song or any of my other songs, the music channel will be linked down below for you as well. Group number 1, I'm sending you guys so much love, and much love to all of your loved ones, your family members, whether they are born yet or not, whether they are human or animal, or on the other side watching over you, and much love to your spiritual team as well. They're very, very sweet. Roses could be a significant symbol for you guys as well, or like the name Rose or Rosa, or like any other language's name that means rose. And yeah, once again, thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate your support, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Hi number 2s, so if you guys chose the pink amethyst, this is going to be a reading all about your month of October 2022. So we're starting off this reading with the general overview part, and in this part of the reading, we're basically seeing the main energies that you're dealing with this month, as well as significant events that are coming your way. So to start off, we have, ooh, the best of you. Right off the bat, I really like this card because it is card number 3, which is reminding me of the Empress in Tarot, and I just saw 33. The camera timer is at 33 seconds. I don't know if that was intentional. This is Vanessa Samaya's deck, by the way. I'm not sure if it was intentional to make it the number 3 card and like the Empress is number 3 in tarot, but I'm definitely getting that association. Also, the 3rd of October could be significant for you guys. And then we also have romance, loyalty, receive love, and intimacy. Yeah, so even this is giving me Empress vibes too, which is interesting because one of Empress's zodiac sign associations is Libra, and in the month of October we will be entering into Libra season. We'll be in Libra season until the 20-something, the early 20s of the month. So maybe Libra season during the month of October is going to be especially significant for you guys. I wanted to say especially wonderful because this is very, very wonderful energy that we're looking at here. What was the date? Yeah, the 3rd to the early 20s of the month, which is basically most of the month. I think is going to be really, really wonderful for you guys. I've just had the tendency in today's readings to take the visuals very literally. And one thing that I want to say is any of you guys who are trying to grow out your hair or achieve some sort of hair goal, I feel like October is going to be a great month for that because this person has long, luscious, beautiful hair. So you could be finding a hair care routine that really works for you, or getting a hair treatment that's really, really effective, or just beauty in general, like your physical upkeep, your physical appearance, and really feeling beautiful and radiant and healthy from the inside out. I feel like that's going to be a big theme for you guys this month, like health, beauty, and self-care. I'm really getting that vibe from this card and from this Empress energy as well. So you guys could be finding like a way of eating that really makes you feel good, or going through some sort of physical glow up, hair care, skin care, a makeup routine that really makes you feel confident, a wardrobe that really makes you feel confident. I just heard like dress to impress. This might be a month where you guys are putting more effort into your appearance, and not in a shallow way, although there's nothing wrong with having a shallow interest in your appearance and just wanting to look good for the sake of looking good. But I think that it comes from a place of enjoying that process of caring for yourself, of investing time and energy and money into yourself, and enjoying how you feel confident. It can also be from an artistic place, you know, doing your makeup or dressing yourself. It's like a form of art, and it allows you to transform and embody different energies. I feel like you guys are really enjoying that type of thing this month, even if it's not necessarily something that you were originally into. And it's interesting too that we have romance right next to this. If you guys are single, I feel like this month it's highly likely that you will be falling in love, or that you will be developing strong feelings for someone. And that might have to do with, like, you know, when you fall in love and you just have a glow, or like you have a crush on someone and now you're like taking extra care to little details and taking care of yourself. It's a really, really sweet energy. For those of you who don't resonate with like romance with another person, this can also be translated as you guys falling in love with yourself, because I really think that that's what this card is all about. With the best of you here, this is you guys just committing to taking care of yourself and really enjoying that process. I'm hearing unapologetically, you know, like I'm unapologetically investing my time, energy, and money back into myself, and I look good and I feel good and I'm glowing. You guys are in such a beautiful, beautiful energy this month. And I'm hearing that this energy is going to be polarizing, which is kind of a weird word. What does that mean? I guess it's like, when you're thriving like this, there will be some people around you who are inspired by that thrivation and who are happy to see you glow, and actually like, yeah, take it as an inspiration. Like, I want to be the best of me too. I want to take care of myself too. Like, your Empress energy is infectious to them and they love to see it. And then on the other hand, there might be some people around you who feel like threatened by your Empress energy, which it has nothing to do with you. It's not like personal to you, but you might notice some people's attitude starts to change when you're looking better, when you're more confident, when you're more like assertive. I don't know, it's weird. It's weird. It might be a little bit confused at people like changing up their attitude on you this month, which that message kind of came out of left field, but I just I had to mention it. These shoes, obviously they're stilettos, but like this part around the ankle reminds me of like a ballerina shoe. So maybe you guys are like getting into ballet this month, or getting into some kind of dancing this month. These people, it could also kind of be like they're dancing, like slow dancing. So dance might be significant. You might meet this person at a place where dancing happens, like some kind of event or some kind of club or something like that. But yes, this is, I mean, obviously this is going to be a very positive month for love and romance as well. Whether you are single or in a relationship, I definitely think that love is in the air. And I love that we have loyalty here, because this means that whoever is coming your way, or whoever you're currently with, like they're here to stay. They want something serious. This is a significant partner. It's likely not just a fling or something casual. I'm really not getting that vibe. If that's something that you want, this isn't to say that you can't pursue that, but I think this is going to be a really promising month for those of you who are looking for that like loyal, serious connection. If you already are in a committed relationship, then I think there's going to be a lot of harmony between the two of you this month. You could be enjoying like spoiling each other a bit in some way. Like you're showering each other with more affection than usual. Maybe you're like celebrating something important, or you're just in that vibe because it's freaking Libra season, you know? So Taurus energy could also be significant with this card, but it's that like sensual Venusian energy. This could be a month with, oh, sorry, I think I kicked the tripod. Yeah, this could be a month where you're really like enjoying intimacy and sensuality with yourself, with your partner. Oh yeah, it literally says intimacy here, and getting used to receiving love. You know, these energies paired together, this is really you guys just realizing that you're worth it. Like you're worth the extra time, you're worth the extra care. Your feeling good about yourself is very important, and it should be prioritized, and you are prioritizing it, and I'm very, very happy for you guys. Okay, so let's take a look at our astro cards, our astrology cards, to see what other energies are significant, or what other like periods of the month are going to be significant. So we have Capricorn here, and then we have a new moon in Virgo, a time to give rather than take. Well, anyway, we have give here and we have receive here. So it's both. It's giving and receiving, which is even more indication of you guys being in like a beautiful, reciprocated romantic connection. Again, for those of you who don't resonate with the romance messages, this can also be like a give and take within yourself. This is something I think about a lot and try to remind myself. But like, if you give of yourself, if you give of your energy, if you exert yourself, then you must allow yourself to receive energy back. So if you work hard, then you need to rest. If you exercise hard, then you need to eat. If you study hard, then you need to play hard. It's like we need to have that answer to the question. We need to have that exhale to the inhale. There needs to be a give and take. So these like reciprocated connections, yes, of course they happen with other people, but it very much needs to happen within yourself too. If you are giving out your energy, you must allow yourself to receive energy back and to recharge. And that's really like a key theme for you guys this month, is like finding that balance and feeling good with it. Earth signs are very prominent here as well, because we have Virgo, Capricorn, and then this was reminding me of Taurus with the Empress energy. So you could have a lot of Earth placements, or an Earth sign person might be significant, like your partner or this new person coming in who's going to offer you a loyal romantic connection. They could be an Earth sign. But what's kind of funny, in group 1, it was Gemini and Cancer that they got. So I looked at that window, like in the month of October, the period when the moon is in Gemini and Cancer, I looked at those dates because like those two zodiac signs are beside each other. So it was like a 3-day window. But Capricorn and Virgo are like really far apart from each other. So if we were looking at this from a window of time, when the moon is in Capricorn until when the moon is in Virgo, that's a huge chunk of the month. And I like that because it goes back to what I was picking up here. Like basically most of the month is going to be amazing for you guys. But just to be a little specific, let me look at my moon app and we'll find out when the moon is in these signs in October. So in the month of October, the moon will enter Capricorn on the 2nd. Yeah, on October 2nd. And it will leave the sign of Virgo on October 23rd, or like 22nd if you're in the West. So that's kind of crazy because I feel like that kind of matches with the dates that I said in this first part, like give or take a day. But basically, most of the month is gonna be amazing for you guys. I will say, you know, when it comes to your relationships and when it comes to your self-care, there's definitely a focus on both giving and receiving and really enjoying that balance, that mutual flow of energy. When it comes to professional matters, when it comes to career matters, anything where you are like climbing a ladder, trying to advance your status, trying to become successful, I do feel like in the month of October, because we do have a lot of earth energy, it will kind of be like delayed rewards when it comes to like career, business, studies, things of that nature. This might be a month of really just like giving her, really putting in a lot of efforts and putting in a lot of work, even if there's not a lot of immediate return. Because Capricorn being ruled by Saturn, it is kind of like your patience and your discipline, and I think diligence is a good word here, and like your organization skills are being tested. I feel like in professional career matters, this is not a month of like instant gratification. This is like put your nose to the grindstone and work hard. You might not receive the results right away, but you will see them later. And I'm hearing like, whatever you're doing, this is not a field or this is not a job where you do see results right away. It takes consistent effort. And that's why a lot of people, I'm hearing like Saturn is saying most people give up. And that's why you're gonna stand out. Like if you persevere, if you keep going with this, you will be like the 1% that becomes very, very successful, because you were able to like, what's it called? You were able to be, yes, patient, but I feel like there's another word that I'm thinking of. It's like you were mature, you were patient, you were disciplined, you didn't like give in to the temptation of instant gratification, you were consistent. I think I'm dancing around the vocabulary that I want to use, but I think you guys can understand what I'm trying to say. Your efforts will pay off at a later date, and it will very, very much be worth it. I'm also looking at this goat mermaid here, which is, you know, the mascot of Capricorn, but seeing it here, this like hybrid animal, it is making me think of someone who's able to be adaptable. So I feel like in professional matters this month, it's like your ability to adapt to circumstances and to be patient even when there's not like an instant payoff. That's kind of being tested this month. But Virgo also makes me think of harvest. It's in another deck. In the Black Moon astrology deck, the sign of Virgo has a bunch of wheat on it, or maybe a bit of wheat, I don't know, but it reminds me of like harvesting your crops, which is also a huge sign of your hard work paying off. And even the Empressy energy here, that's like abundance and that's fertility. So like the efforts you put in will pay off immensely. But yes, patience is required here. There's a lot of earth here, which I think I mentioned before. Earth is a slow moving energy, yes. And also, I feel like it might be significant that both of these people are wearing flower crowns. Crowns are a sign of victory. Could also be another allusion to you guys having really good hair this month. Like you're just finding something that works. You're having a good hair month. Okay, so now let's take a look at our tea leaf fortune cards. So this could be other specific events coming this month, things to look forward to, things to look out for, or just any additional messages from your spirit guides. So we have younger man, dealings or relationship with a younger man. He also has very luscious hair. We have grapes, time to go out and have fun. Oh, okay. And then, oh, dark woman. So we have two people showing up. Dealings or relationship with a woman with dark complexion or hair. I am tasting egg yolks right now. Every now and then I get like tastes in readings, and it's definitely not something I ate because I don't eat eggs and I just brush my teeth. So there's like a taste of egg yolks coming through. Maybe does putting egg yolks in your hair like do something to it? Please don't try that at home. That I just pulled that out of my butt, but I don't know, maybe if you Google, there will be something about egg yolks or eggs or something. I don't know. But that could be indicating, number one, it could be indicating that maybe your body is craving more like healthy fats in their diet. It doesn't have to be animal fat, by the way. Shout out to my plant-based people. It can definitely be like healthy plant fats as well. But it could also be yellow foods. And this person is wearing a yellow dress. Yellow foods could help to stimulate your solar plexus chakra. Like pineapple. I mean, you might want to be eating pineapple, I don't know. Bananas. Anyway, I don't have to sit here and list yellow foods. I think you guys can think of stuff. Maybe some grapes are yellow also. But interesting, yeah, there's two people coming through, a younger man and a dark woman, who are going to be playing a significant role this month. Or maybe you are the dark woman, or maybe you are the younger man. But then we have grapes here with time to go out and have fun. It would be really sweet if these are like friends who like pull you out to like hit the town and have fun. But yeah, a little light bulb, like a little message popped up when I pulled out this grapes card. Time to go out and have fun. Grapes also make me think of like abundance and luxury. I guess I have that visual of like a royal person sitting on a throne and someone is like feeding grapes into their mouth. And I kind of want to revisit this message of like delayed payoff. I kind of want to revise it. I would say that big goals you are working towards in your career or studies, those are going to come later. Those are going to be more long term. But what Spirit wants me to add here or clarify here is that over the next months, so this is not just October, over the next few months, you may not be experiencing like the big win just yet that you're looking for, but you will be experiencing a lot of small wins. Like this bunch of grapes. There's a lot of little grapes that make up the bunch. And if you properly celebrate and relish each of those small wins, it can feel just as fulfilling as having a big win. And I think there's like its own beauty to those small things day to day, those small victories. It's more consistent. You have more little things to celebrate. What's like it's more consistent. It's like having a bunch of yummy snacks throughout the day versus waiting all day until the end of the day and you get to have a full meal. I don't know why I needed to say that, because you can probably understand what I mean. But anyway, you will be having a lot of little wins and you deserve to celebrate those too. Yeah, so I think this concludes the general overview part of the reading. So we're going to move into the specific areas now. We have one tarot card and one oracle card each for the areas of love and relationships, career and studies, as well as spiritual and personal growth. So we are going to start off with your love and relationships. So first we have the Seven of Cups. And then for your oracle card, we have density. Interesting. Okay, right away I'm hearing cloud 9 with the Seven of Cups. There's a lot of ways to interpret this card, but one way that I am definitely feeling drawn to for this reading is like the feeling of it feels like a dream. The feeling of something being like a dream, the feeling of something not feeling real. The feeling of something being too good to be true. I feel like your love life is just going to be really, really amazing this month. And it feels like you're floating. It feels like you're dreaming. I just feel so much harmony and like everything is going so easily, so smoothly. You're understanding each other really well. You want the same things. If you guys are single and don't have like a specific person on your mind just yet, this could be like you guys having a first date and it's like perfect. Like your conversation is perfect. You have the same values. The conversation progresses really naturally. It's really fun. It's not awkward. You're not nervous. It's like the feeling of like this first date is too perfect. There must be some kind of catch. Like there must be something on the 4th date, some red flag is going to pop up. It's like you can't really believe that it could be this perfect. And even if you're already in a committed relationship, it's that feeling of like things are going too well right now. Do you ever have that feeling like things are going too well right now? It's only a matter of time until something hits the fan, or like I must be missing something. It's like your brain is just like not computing that things are this amazing and things are this effortless right now. This embassy energy, it's effortless. And like this is a partnership that you really bring out the best in each other. And it's just like, yeah, you're on cloud 9, you're in the clouds, you're floating. That's the best way to understand it. And yeah, with density, it's like you're thinking, well, at some point I have to come down. And you know what? Maybe you do, because all relationships have ups and downs. But enjoy this honeymoon phase while it lasts, or enjoy this harmonious phase while it lasts. It's like if things are going well in your relationship and you're thinking about, oh, but we're gonna have an argument at some point. Like, yes, maybe you will, but you'll get through it. And why are you thinking about that right now? Because you're not there yet. You're in this beautiful phase right now. And it's like, enjoy where you are. Enjoy the dream, because like this is yours. This beautiful connection is yours. And when the bumps in the road do come, you know what? You're gonna make it through them because you have loyalty. You're loyal to each other. Like, this is it. Like I said, you know, some of you guys might not be looking for something serious right now. You might just be looking for something casual, which this reading is definitely not against that kind of energy or saying that it's not there. But for those of you who are looking for that serious relationship, I really, really feel strongly that this is the month for that. Like for that person to come into your life, for that person to commit to you, or for your existing relationship to really, really thrive. But the other thing that's interesting with the 7 of Cups, it's also about like doing research and sorting through your options and coming to a clear conclusion, because you're kind of like confused or overwhelmed. And I'm sort of going back to that. It was that message that came out of nowhere when I was reading these initial cards of like some people are changing up on you in the month of October. It could also be like once you get into this relationship, some people are like changing up on you. This is really, I think, for a select few people. So if this is not resonating with you, just ignore me. But like, I just got this feeling like some of you guys have a friend or like someone around you. I do think it's a friend who's like misery really likes their misery likes company. And you might have had some friends where like you bonded over complaining, or like you bonded over not being happy. And then it's like once you start being happy, it's like you have nothing to talk about anymore because all they want to do is like still complain. And you're kind of like, do you actually want to get out of your negative energy? Like, I don't know, it's this feeling of like someone who's down and they want other people to be down with them. And then like once you start doing well, the friendship kind of changes because like they can't support you, like they can't be happy for you or something like that. I don't know. I think that's just for a few of you. But yeah, I do feel like, and there's even a snake on this card, which makes me think also of like people you realize how they really feel about you, or people like switching on you or something like that. And density, it's like, it's heavier energies. It's heavier energies, it's lower energies. I just bit my tongue while I was talking. I don't know if you heard that, but that really hurt. Kind of an ominous sign maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I feel like some of you guys have too many acquaintances, or like you have too many people in your contacts. You have too many chats open, you have too much emails in your inbox. And I feel like this month could be a decluttering of connections. I really don't feel good. I feel like lightheaded. I don't feel good reading this energy. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. I think some people in this group really, really have like someone around them who it's just like they want to bond over being miserable. And we're not on that vibe anymore, or we were never on that vibe. I don't know, but I don't like that energy. I'm not saying I don't like that person. They're just in an energy that really makes me not feel good. Like, I literally have a headache right now. Let's move on. Let's move on from that. So these cards will represent your career and studies. So we have the Four of Cups. Ooh. And we have microgravity. Interesting. Oh, this is so cool. Okay, I want to just mention that the Four of Cups is related to the moon in Cancer, which is a highly, highly intuitive energy, right? Like, the moon rules Cancer. Anyway, it's a very intuitive energy. And what I think is interesting about, first of all, this person also has amazing hair. Look at how long that hair is. She can wrap it around her neck twice. But what was I gonna say? Oh, the highly intuitive energy. What's interesting about this card, while we usually see someone is like turning their head to 3 cups, and then Spirit is offering them a 4th cup. But in this card, all 4 cups are together. And this person is rejecting all of them. This person is turning away from all of them. I feel like, yeah, this is a month where you're holding out for something better. It's like you're putting in a lot of efforts towards something. This could be like an application process. This could be, like job hunting, or like sending out applications, or working towards a certain position, building your own business. And it's like you will not, and it kind of ties into this energy too of you guys realizing that you deserve the best of the best. You will not settle. I feel like you guys are stubbornly, like the number 4, it's a very stubborn number. It's a very consistent number. You're working towards something. This is probably like the big win that we saw earlier here. And you just will not frickin' settle. And I feel like there's other paths that are presenting themselves to you. There's other offers or opportunities coming your way. And what I'm seeing here is either like this is a prediction that you are just not taking them, or this is your encouragement. Like, if it's not exactly what you want, if you don't feel really good about it, you can and should say no. And this microgravity is so interesting, going back to that deeply intuitive energy, because this is what I wanted to talk about in the first place with that deeply intuitive energy. When I think of microgravity, obviously gravity is a pull, but microgravity, it's very, very subtle. It's a very subtle pull, but you're looking that way because you can feel it. You can just sense like, no, this is not it. This is not the offer. This is not the opportunity. This is not the time. There is something better coming. My ideal situation is coming. My big win is coming, and I can feel it. So I'm not going to take this offer right now. This is not it. But this is so intuition based. So on paper, it might look like, what the heck are you doing? Like, take that. Why are you saying no? Like, go for it, take it. And I feel like some people around you, like, and I feel like it's especially family. That's the feeling that I'm getting. They're like, oh, but you should go for that. You should take that offer. But some subtle energy is like pulling you away from it. Like, no, this is not it. This is not what the universe has prepared for you. These offers are not the blessings that the universe has been telling you about, that your guides have been showing you. And it's like, you can't explain why you know that, but you just know, like, this isn't it yet. I'm not supposed to take these cups. I'm supposed to wait for the blessings that Spirit has for me. And be stubborn. Like, don't let anyone make you feel bad or weird for saying no to these things, or for your intuitive knowing that like something bigger and better is out there. It's like, stick to your guns, stick to your intuition, because it's very, very on point. I think it's really interesting that both of these people have closed eyes too, because it's like, this isn't to be judged with your physical senses. This is to be judged with your intuition. And you're very, very in touch with yourself this month, which is amazing, because you'll know when it feels right. You'll know when the time comes. You'll know when it's the right offer for you. But if it's not, it's not. And like, you might get met with some kind of comments like beggars can't be choosers, or, you know, some shit like that. Like, you should just be grateful that you're getting these offers anyway. Like, other people would kill to get that offer. Okay, well, that's other people. That's not me. Yeah, just be wary of those kinds of energies, and like, don't let them deter you, because you already can pick up this microgravity like before anyone else can. It's like you sense the earthquake coming like days before it actually comes. You're like more finely tuned than the greatest earthquake detectors or something. You can sense things coming from a mile away. It's basically what I was trying to say with that metaphor. But anyway, microgravity. I'm thinking of like microbiology, or I don't know. What other field has micro in it? Well, if you're in it, you'll know. But anyway, let's take a look at the cards now for your spiritual and personal growth. So for your tarot card, we have the Wheel of Fortune. And for your oracle card, we have Attraction. Wow. Okay. Something is pulling at you. Something is pulling at you. This month, you're really finely tuned. You're really, really feeling the subtle energies. It's interesting. I feel like your heart is just like your heart is just cracked wide open this month. Like, even this person like removing the robe from their chest area, it's like your heart is cracked wide open, and you're letting yourself feel all of your feelings. And I really believe when you let yourself feel all your feelings, that also cracks you open for more psychic insights. It's like, if you're blocking your emotions, you're also blocking psychic insights. I've just always felt this really strongly. I also can't help but notice that this person is wearing a ring on their left, because this would be their left hand, their left ring finger. So that could be foreshadowing for some of you guys of like engagement or marriage, or like meeting the person that you will eventually do that with, if that's something that you want. It's really interesting though, like the Wheel of Fortune in this case, it's making me think of like destiny, of divine intervention, of the unpredictability of life. I think a truth that you guys are really resonating with, and that you're really realizing this month, is like, if energies are meant to meet, whether that's like you or another person are meant to end up together, or you and a certain opportunity are meant to end up together, like, you will gravitate towards each other. No matter how subtle that pull might be, no matter how invisible to the naked eye that pull might be, that pull is always there. The people, the experiences, the places that you are meant to end up with or have an experience with in this lifetime, you're always attracting each other and pulling towards each other. And even those events in life that seem random or completely unpredictable, those events are actually leading up to your union. It's like what seems random in your life is actually like a deliberate plan of the universe. That's what I'm trying to get at. That's what I'm wanting to say. Things that seem completely out of control and completely unpredictable and completely random, it's a very deliberate and very elaborate plan from the universe to get you with whom you are meant to be with, to get you where you are meant to be, to get you doing what you're meant to do. And I feel like you're really you're really feeling that truth this month. And there's something especially about like romance or about your relationship with this like mutual attraction. Something about that, it's like you're looking back this month and you're like, wow, every little event was like a chain that led me to this person, that led me to this connection. And in the moment, there was no way for me of knowing, but I just watched it unfold, and like, here we are. It's like, I feel like you're just rejoicing in like the amazing way that Spirit plans for us, and like realizing that there's no coincidences. Like, you're always being led to your destiny. And if two energies want to meet, the universe will devise a path that is often quite ridiculous and unpredictable, but nevertheless, it is a beautiful path. I guess to sum that up and tie it up nicely with a bow, it's like, this is just a month where you're really appreciating how the universe works and how the universe's plan unfolds, and kind of like embracing the unpredictability of it all. Even when it seems so random and crazy, there's a very intentional plan there. And that's just, I think you're really seeing the beauty in that this month, rather than feeling like you need to know everything. You're like, everything is bringing me closer to my true love. Everything is bringing me closer to my calling. And that truth is like, it's bringing you a lot of comfort this month. And I think you're really feeling its beauty. So I have a little extra part at the end of this reading that I don't normally do, but I felt called to do it today. It's just a few extra oracle cards that will be like last messages and encouragement from Spirit. So interestingly, you guys also have, group 1 had this too. And there was I think there's a lot of love messages for group number 1 as well. But in this deck, there's 5 different potential like back artworks, 5 different designs. And you guys happen to get the one that is like 2 people forming a heart. So yeah, I definitely think love and romance is in the air for this group. Be vulnerable. Yeah, so that goes with like intimacy as well. Vulnerability is strength. Lay your cards out on the table. Reveal the true you. Keep your mind and heart open. There is no need to protect yourself. And then we have Cosmic Womb. Seek connection with oneself, as you are a source of empowerment and life. In here lies your divine insight. Yes, so this is absolutely a month where you're going to be very, very in touch with yourself, very connected of yourself. That's grammatically incorrect. Connected to yourself, and like prioritizing your own divine insight. And I feel like knowing this truth, that like if you're meant to do something, if you're meant to be with someone or be with something, the universe is going to find a way regardless. I feel like that gives you more confidence in this situation too, because you're like, let's say what's the word? Why can't I think of words today? Let's just say that one of these cups was my big opportunity and I said no to it. Like, the universe is a bit more stubborn than that. Like, the universe isn't going to be like, oh, well, I guess that was your only chance. Too bad then. Like, see you never. Like, the universe isn't going to do that. And you know this. Like, this is the truth that you're seeing this month. So you're like, let's just say on the off chance I did accidentally say no to a big opportunity that was meant for me. The universe is going to bring it back to me anyway. Like, that's just how it works. Like, if me and this opportunity are pulling at each other, it's like magnets. Magnets don't give up. Like, you will just keep coming back to that again and again and again and again. So don't worry. Like, if you're meant to be with someone or if you're meant to be doing something, it's going to be a little bit more stubborn than just like giving up at the first try, you know? Like, if something's meant for you, especially for this group, because everyone's a little bit different in their soul's journey, but for this group, like, if something's meant for you, it will keep coming back to you again and again and again and again. It will keep coming back. Yes. So, yeah, Cosmic Womb. I'm just thinking of Kuan Yin right now, because she might be with you guys, she might be guiding you guys, but I'm thinking of her because recently I had to study about like the origin of this temple in Japan, which is dedicated to Kuan Yin. And like the legend says that the temple was built because like that part of Tokyo used to be a fishing village, and there were these like two fishermen, and like they pulled up their net and there was no fish, but there was like a statue of Kuan Yin in the net. But they didn't know it was Kuan Yin. They didn't know that it was like a sacred statue. So they were like, and they like threw it back into the water. But no matter how many times they cast the net back, like the statue of Kuan Yin just kept coming up again and again and again. So they were like, okay. And they showed it. Oh my God, this is so bad that I already forget. I think the story is that they went and showed it to the village chief, and the village chief was like, oh my God, you guys, this is Kuan Yin. Like, this is really sacred. We have to like take better care of it. And then they put it in like a little hut looking thing, but then as more time went by, they started to think like, okay, we need to put this in a better establishment to show more respect, and people were coming to see the statue. Anyway, that I could go on for a long time about that, but anyway, it's like, if the temple was meant to be built there, you think the Kuan Yin statue is going to be like, oh, the fisherman threw me out, guess I'll give up, like I guess that's it then. No, that statue is meant to be there, so it's going to keep coming back again and again and again, and then the temple will be built there as it was meant to. Yeah, I just thought of that story. It's like, don't worry, little things like that cannot, like, what's meant for you will not be lost. I want to say that, which is making me feel quite emotional. What's meant for you will not be lost. The letter C might be significant as well. Like, we have cosmic, we have Capricorn. There was another letter C, I swear, but I can't find it anymore. There is definitely, anyway, was there? Whatever. I think the letter C could be significant for you guys. As always, I say first, middle, last name, initials, as well as the first letter of a significant city, country, company, or association, or something like that. And then we also have look to nature for healing, which is pretty straightforward. Spending time in nature could be very healing for you guys this month. It could also help with your confidence, like help to make you feel more beautiful, or like to recognize your beauty, because when you look at these beautiful mountains, trees, bodies of water, like you're one with it. You're made up of the same stuff as it, for lack of a better word. You're made up of the same energy as it. You're part of this beautiful, living, breathing world. So yes, group number 2. These are all the messages I'm seeing for you, so I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that, and you can also follow me on Instagram, where I post regular pick a card readings. That will be linked in the description as well as in the pinned comment. And I also have a music channel. The song that you guys heard at the very start of this video was an original song, so if you're interested in listening to the full version of that song or any of my other ones, the music channel will be linked down below for you as well. Group number 2s, I'm sending you guys so much love to your spiritual team as well. Once again, thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate your support, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye. Hi number 3s, so if you guys chose the Morganite, this is going to be a reading all about your month of October 2022. I just wanted to mention before I started filming this reading, I had the song Easy on Me by Adele stuck in my head, and I kept singing it. I have not heard that song in a really long time. I don't really listen to Adele, although I think she's amazing. But yeah, I don't know if some of you guys out there like that song, or maybe the lyrics are significant to you. If you're not familiar with that song and you feel called to listen to it or to like look up the lyrics, there might be an important message for you in there. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. So Let's get into the reading. We're going to start off with the general overview part of the reading. So basically in this part, we're seeing what the main energies are that you're dealing with this month and like the main themes and any significant events. So to start off, we have gentleness and a new dawn. Good news is coming. Hard times are over. Oh, I love that. I think that these cards go together so well. There is one thing that I want to say. With gentleness, with the number 7, I am thinking of the Chariot in Tarot, which is related to the zodiac sign of Cancer. And then we have this card that is talking about dawn. So I think that there is a message here for you guys that maybe in general, but especially in the month of October, your intuitive abilities will be at their best in the early morning. So like basically right after you wake up and you're still kind of half asleep, like your conscious analytical brain is not quite awake yet. I feel like that window of time could be really significant for you guys receiving downloads and receiving intuitive hits. I'm also, of course, noticing all of the feathers on this card. That could be an important synchronicity for you guys, like seeing feathers on the street or just seeing a lot of feather imagery. Also birds, for some reason I'm thinking specifically of a pet bird. Maybe you guys have a pet bird or you've been thinking of getting one, or like you have a bird at your family home. My dad and stepmom have a parrot and her name is Molly and I love her and she's such a troublemaker. Or, okay, this is kind of weird, but like birds that talk could say something really like relevant around you that stands out. Like maybe you're at your friend's house and their parrot says something and you're like, wait a minute, parrot, say that again. Or just like birds could be kind of acting strange around you, and that's like a sign or synchronicity for you. But yes, anyway, in terms of the actual like symbolic meaning of these cards, I do think that they go really, really nicely together. A new dawn card is showing that a new phase in your life is starting, and this phase is easy. It's funny that I had that like Go Easy on Me song stuck in my head before I started filming this, because I see so clearly in these cards a new easy chapter is starting for you guys. And with this gentleness card, I really feel that this is like, yes, this is the universe being gentle with you. This is life being gentle with you. Like life just feels gentle right now. It feels soft. It feels peaceful. It feels easy. And I also think this is you like internally moving into a new energy where you are more gentle with yourself and you're more patient with yourself. It's like we're not gonna scold ourselves anymore and expect so much out of us as if we are a machine. It's like you're embracing yourself as a living, breathing human with emotions and with energy fluctuations who's just trying their best. So I think this is a really big month of self-love. I do feel like your schedule will be very manageable this month. Like you'll have more downtime, which could be really important to like focus on yourself and focus on your self-love journey. And also we do have this message of good news is coming. So those of you guys who are waiting to hear about some news, about some like application result or test result or news about your family or anything like that, where you're waiting for some kind of communication, we are seeing here that this is going to be good news. The 7th of October could be an important date, or this could actually be in the next 7 days, because when this video is up, like the next 7 days will be October, or like 7 days from now will definitely be October. So this good news, and that's kind of a relief. Like if you're waiting for news or waiting for a result, it is coming sooner rather than later in the month of October. And it's funny too, because like this card reminding me of the Chariot. Chariot is about speed and like things are moving quickly. So like when I'm feeling things are gentle, things are slow, it's not slow in the sense of holdups and delays. It's slow in the sense of like you have time to breathe and you can move at a leisurely pace. So yes, okay, let's take a look at your astrological cards now to see what other energies you might be dealing with this month, any significant zodiac signs or dates. So, we have Neptune. And conclusions are within reach with full moon eclipse. So Neptune is related to the sign of Pisces, which is interesting because we were talking about Cancer before. So water signs in general could be significant for this group. You might have a lot of water placements, or a water sign could be significant. And let me check when the moon, so this would be when the moon is in Pisces. And then conclusions are within reach. This could be like the end of the month is also going to be significant for you guys. But if I'm not mistaken, in October, the full moon is going to be in Aries. So we have a little like block here, like when the moon is in Pisces and Aries is going to be important dates for you guys. So let me open my trusty moon app and we're going to check the dates for the moon being in those zodiac signs. Okay, so where is it? Oh, okay. Wait, what? Why am I getting so confused? Here we go. Pisces, the moon enters Pisces on October 6th, which is kind of cool because we said like the 7th could be an important date. And then it leaves Aries on the 11th, or the 10th or 11th. If you're in the West hemisphere, it will probably be the 10th. So let's say roughly like between the 6th and the 11th of the month. Keep an eye out for those dates. Something important could be happening. But looking at, okay, first of all, this guy's very buff. Neptune. So this could indicate you guys like working on your physical fitness. Maybe you're doing some kind of strength training. This could also be symbolic for you guys becoming very emotionally strong. Or someone significant that you're dealing with this month could be buff. But yeah, I just have to mention that is really like standing out for me. But you know what? Actually, a message that I'm getting if I put Neptune and conclusions are within reach together, some of you guys are finishing a significant creative project this month because, I don't know, this Piscean energy is making me think of artistry. It's making me think of creativity and like, you know, I feel like sometimes it's really hard to translate the vision that you have in your mind like onto paper or onto film or into words or into melodies or whatever it is that you guys are working on. It's like you see it in your head, you feel it in your soul, but then like when you bring it out into the 3D world, it just kind of falls flat. And it's like, why can't I get it to look like what I envision in my soul? Or like, why can't I get it to sound like or feel like what I can see in my third eye? I feel like you guys have had this big inspiration, but it's been kind of like abstract or just like hard to make it tangible. And it's like you're just not satisfied because it doesn't have that same magical, ethereal way that you feel it. But with conclusions are within reach, it's like you're finally getting it right and you're finally finishing a project. This could also be like some lingering emotion that you've had within you. You know when you just have like a nagging feeling within you, like I know something's wrong, or I know I want to change something, but I can't like put my finger on what this feeling is, or like a longing that you have. I feel this deep longing, or like something is calling out to my soul, but like I can't put my finger on what it is. With this Cancer energy too, it's like you guys maybe have been dealing with a subtle like spiritual energy that you're not really sure what it is, and this month you might be able to put a name on it, like what it is that you've been longing for, what or who or where it is that has been calling to you. what the connection is that you're feeling, for example. So yeah, I feel like this can simultaneously be about creative projects coming to an end, and also like finally being able to put a label, or just like not necessarily label, but put into words the emotions that you're experiencing, whether it's like a love, a longing, or like a kind of nagging, dissatisfied feeling. It's like, I know what it is, or like identifying a wound even. I know what's been hurting me. I know what's been bugging me. I also feel like with these two energies together, this could be showing some of you guys like moving on from an illusion. And I think that just like keeping in consideration this energy, I feel like a lot of you guys are letting go of this illusion of like, if I just struggle a little bit more, then I'll be happy. This could be related to a connection. Like we're getting over someone. We're thinking like, oh, if I'm just a bit more patient with this person, if I just forgive them a little bit more, if I just fight a little bit more, then we'll be together. Then they'll smarten up. Then they'll start reciprocating. And it's like some illusion that something that was a dead end, you like convince yourself that it wasn't, and like, oh, if I just keep trying a bit more, if I just keep giving them a bit more of my energy, if I just keep waiting, like it's gonna be okay. And you're like, no, this isn't going anywhere. I'm taking my energy back. That's coming through, as well as like when I see a certain number in my bank account, or like when I see a certain number on the scale, if I just like struggle a bit more and reach that goal, then I'm gonna be happy. And you're realizing like that's an illusion that's gonna perpetually keep me dissatisfied, because once I reach that goal, it's gonna be something else. Like I'm gonna raise the bar even more, and I'm never gonna feel like good enough or that where I'm meant to be. So basically illusions that have kept you tied to struggle, or feeling like this struggle is what will eventually make you worthy of success or worthy of love. We're like, no, I don't need to struggle to gain love or to gain confidence. Like the healing journey can include struggle, but it's not the price. Struggle is not a price that you inevitably have to pay to deserve good things in this world. It's like, yeah, you're moving on from something. You're moving on from a connection or a goal or like an ideology that you had that kept you tied to suffering, and that feeling of like, oh, I just have to fight a bit more. I just have to struggle a bit more. And we're saying, no, I'm not going to fight anymore. I'm not going to struggle anymore. I'm going to embrace gentleness. I'm going to embrace ease. I'm going to embrace the fact that I'm already worthy of what I'm looking for. Okay, so now let's take a look at these tea leaf cards. These could be other specific events coming this month, things to look forward to, things to look out for, or just other messages from your spirit guides. I'm just thinking the letter N could be significant, new, Neptune. As I always say, this could be a first, middle, or last name initial, or the first letter of a significant city, country, or company. I don't think there's any zodiac signs that start with N or months. No, I don't think so. Well, whatever. If there are, then you can think of them, but I don't think there are. Oh, November. Geez, that was dumb. Anyway, Beryl, you feel something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. Interesting. We have Tiger, doing something risky, taking a chance. And July. Okay, so interesting that we have July and we were speaking about Cancer energy. So maybe like a July born Cancer is significant, whether that's you or someone else, or like someone you met in July. But I think it's also very interesting, first of all, or second of all, it's interesting that we have the Tiger, because tigers make me think of the High Priestess in tarot because of the Wild Unknown tarot, which has a tiger on the High Priestess card. And the High Priestess is also related to water and the moon, and therefore Cancer. So there's a lot of water energy going on here. And then even like November came up, which is Scorpio season, which is even more water. But yeah, third of all, this barrel card is interesting too, because it says you feel like something is lacking in your life, perhaps love, money, or goals. And we were speaking about finally being able to like identify an emotion or put an emotion into words. So maybe many of you have had this kind of lingering, nagging feeling like of dissatisfaction, or like something is missing in my life, but I don't know what it is. And then maybe that's why like your brain wants to look for things on the outside. Like if I just have a bit more money, or if I just like reach the next stage of my goals, or if this person just likes me back, then this feeling that something is missing will go away. But it doesn't, because I feel like it's something within. With this Tiger card, doing something risky, taking a chance, I might propose that something that could be missing from your life is like adventure, more spontaneity. Some of you guys in your downtime, you might be making travel plans. It's like you're soul searching and you're making travel plans because like when you're out there, you're going to discover yourself. I'm just looking at this card, this person holding up the sphere. It looks like a globe, and it's like they're capturing the whole landscape inside this sphere. It's giving me like Two of Wands vibes. Like with the person holding the globe in their hand, it's like you have the world in the palm of your hand. If you're not traveling overseas in the month of October, I feel like it's quite likely you're going to start planning a big trip that might even have several destinations. Maybe you're like planning it for next summer with this July card here, or like Northern Hemisphere summer, I should say. Next winter if you're in the South. But yeah, it's giving me Two of Wands vibes. And I was also gonna say, oh no, I hate when this happens. There was something else that I was gonna say, but I can't remember. But if it's relevant, it will come up again. But we were talking about, oh no, I hate that. We were talking about the whole landscape being in the palm of your hand and like making travel plans to discover yourself. Yeah, I feel like you guys, it's like you just need a change of scenery. Like maybe things are just feeling stale, and like you need to refresh, you need a new perspective, you need to get out. Yeah, this is what I'm feeling for you guys. So I think this concludes the general overview part of the reading. So we're going to move on now to the specific areas. Oh, I remembered what I was going to say. When I was talking about this card, the camera timer went to 1717. That's what it was. And I wanted to mention that 1717 was repeating. This number also can talk about new beginnings with the number 1 and the number 7, which we have here as well. It makes me think of like good luck, miracles, perfection, a happy time. So 1s and 7s could be significant for this group. And it's also 17 is the number associated with the star, which talks about a bright and promising future. I also feel like you're gonna be encountering really important friendships soon. Like meeting new friends who really, really make an impact on you. Like soul tribe, soul family type of friends who have yet to come into your life. Really significant, beautiful friendships are coming to you. So let's take a look at our specific life area cards. As you can see, we have 1 tarot card and 1 oracle card each for love and relationships, career and studies, and spiritual and personal growth. So let's start off with our love and relationships. And look who we have here. We have the Chariot. So Yeah, number 7 again, and Cancer energy again. I want to zoom in. I feel like this is not zoomed in enough. That's the wrong way. Okay, there we go. I feel like this gives a nicer view of the cards. And then for your oracle card, we have magnetic field. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of you guys, I think, who are getting over someone in the month of October. Like you're getting over an ex, or you're getting over a love interest who didn't reciprocate to you. You could also be getting over a friendship breakup, or even like a family situation. But there's a feeling of you're getting over someone. The Chariot does talk about like moving forward progress. It talks about victory. And the horse is like a symbol of freedom. And just what we've spoken about before, I feel like you're freeing yourself from this illusion that like you had to win someone over, or you had to impress someone, or you had to like sacrifice so much of yourself for someone. I feel like you're freeing yourself. And when I look at this horse looks angry. Like its face just looks angry, and it has a red eye on it. And I think it's very interesting that the horse has armor like covering its forehead, the front of its face. It's like covering the third eye area. I feel like this is someone like who either made you ignore your own intuition over and over again, like a friend, a family member, an ex, a love interest who made you ignore your intuition and like what you knew was right for you, or like you kept ignoring your intuition like to stay with this person, to keep fighting for this person when they were not fighting at all. And I feel like it's complex emotions, right? Because on one hand, I think you feel very free, which is a positive emotion, right? And that feeling of victory, like I finally feel free from this person's energy. But there's also like anger there. And it's like you're getting angry because you love your past self, and it's like you wish that you could have protected your past self, or like told your past self this is not worth it. You don't have to go through all of this. You don't have to please this person or win this person over or keep this person around if they're not reciprocating and or making you feel good. So I guess the advice that I can give you is allow yourself to feel all of it, even if there's contradicting emotions. Like you could be happy and angry and missing them and not missing them at the same time. And all of those emotions are valid, and all of those emotions need to be processed. And you will come back to a place of balance and peace once all of those emotions are released. But yeah, getting over someone for sure. With that being said, magnetic field is also making me think of like a strong magnetic attraction. I definitely feel at this point in your journey, your soul family is calling out to you. And if you start to feel drawn to a certain place or a certain path, that could be like the product of soul family members out there who are calling to you. So if you suddenly feel the urge to like visit a certain country or a certain town or pursue a certain interest, that could be literally like your soul family acting as a magnet and like pulling you towards them. And the same goes for romantic soulmates as well, for those of you who are looking for your soulmate. And actually, with that being said, I'm hearing like a little bit more than half of you guys. I'm sorry I can't be more specific, but a little bit more than oh, okay. That's why November is coming up, and that's why the repeating ends were coming up. And then I was like, oh, November. Those of you who are waiting to meet your soulmate and you don't meet them in October, you will probably meet them in November. So it's like most of you will meet them in October, and those of you who don't, it will be November, is the way I'm seeing it. But this is someone that you'll be very, very strongly attracted to. And I think you'll fall for them quite quickly as well. And they will do something for a living that you think is very cool. And one thing that you'll admire about them is that their feminine and masculine energies are balanced very well. So like, they're very driven, they're very strong, they have leadership qualities, they're like action oriented, but they're also receptive and in touch with their emotions and gentle and nurturing. Like, they have both of those energies balanced really, really well in them. And that's something that's really going to draw you in, because you're like, this is what would you call it? Like a self-actualized person. This person has integrated all of their energies, which I think that you're doing as well, or you have done as well. So it's like someone who's at your wavelength, or who is at your like level, for lack of a better word. But yeah, like romantic interests that you feel a strong connection to will be coming in October or November. If I'm being honest, I could see you guys being a little bit nervous or wary because of how quickly you're falling for this person. Especially for those of you who resonated with that message of like, you've just gotten over someone, whether that was romantic or not, it doesn't matter. But there is that feeling of like, I've just gotten over a connection that hurt me and now I'm falling for this person so fast. Like, is this okay? And again, I think the best advice for this group, like we said before, is just like, allow yourself to feel all of the emotions. It doesn't mean that you have to rush forward in the 3D as well. If you're feeling wary, you definitely don't have to rush things like in the tangible sense. But if you're feeling really, really attracted to someone or feeling really, really strongly for them, you can still allow yourself to feel all of those emotions to the fullest and enjoy them. And also at the same time, take it slow. That takes a little bit of skill, but you can definitely do it. But yeah, with magnetic field too, I feel like the physical attraction is going to be very, very strong. I also want to mention, like with tiger and horse, these are like Chinese zodiac animals. So I'll just quickly mention the years. I've done it so many times now that I can just like list them off. But tiger is people born in the year of 1998, 1986, 1974, and keep going back or forward 12 by 12 years. And then the year of the horse is 2002, 1990, 1988, 1976, and again, keep going back 12 years. Yes, so now let's take a look at, I feel like I'm really like chill in this group. It's a nice energy. So let's take a look at career and studies. For your tarot card, we have Page of Swords. And for your oracle card, we have dark energy. Oh, wow, there's a lot of ways to interpret this. First of all, an air sign person could be significant, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and someone who is either younger than you or someone who has less experience than you. If you guys have been in your company for a while, if you do even work in a company, this month you might be, I feel like there could be new, new staff, new workforce, new employees coming into your company this month, and you might be the person who is responsible for training them. I'm just looking at like, first of all, swords is like an intellectual, communicative energy. So it's like you sharing your knowledge, you sharing your know-how, and also the eyes on the cape. It's like you're watching over someone, you're supervising someone. You could be, I feel like, yeah, you could be training a new employee, or maybe you are the new employee who's going through training. For those of you guys who are waiting for a new job, we did have that message of good news is coming. So for some of you, this could be you who's getting the new job offer and who is becoming a new employee and you're getting training. If that is the case, that news is coming soon, because remember we talked about good news is coming soon, sooner rather than later, possibly even within the next 7 days, or at least by the 7th of October. And then this dark energy, darkness is like unknown, right? It's something that we don't know. It's something that we can't see. And then this Page of Swords looks like they're so eager and ready to like slash through the darkness. So for those of you who do resonate with getting a new job, like that's something that you've been looking for, I feel like, yes, there are going to be a lot of unknowns in this new position, whether that's because this job is completely different from what you did before, maybe it's your first job, or maybe this company just does things really, really different than your previous one. But don't be overwhelmed because you're well equipped. You have this cape, like your trainer is going to be really good. They're going to be really knowledgeable, and you'll be able to like navigate through this darkness and through these unknowns. And if it's the flip way where you're the one training, again, don't be nervous because you are very knowledgeable in what you do, and you'll do an amazing job guiding and watching over this person. Oh my gosh, my vocabulary is just plummeting. Yes, that's definitely one interpretation of this. Also with Page of Swords, learning a new language could be helpful in your career or studies, which also includes like programming language, I'm hearing. Because I know like there's different languages for programming. I could not name one of them. I just know that there's different languages. And like code, right? Whatever. I'm gonna stop before I sound too dumb. And yeah, I feel like new staff coming into your company, it's gonna bring like new innovative ideas. It's gonna make the company more like young and hip and refreshed. But you know, this dark energy, as well as indicating unknowns, sorry, I just noticed the birds in the background, and we were speaking about like birds and feathers being an important synchronicity. So if you guys are seeing feathers or signs related to birds, this could be letting you guys know that the signs has something to do with your work. Also, if you guys are on social media for work, you could be navigating some uncharted territory. Like, I don't know, let's say you're a social media creator. Maybe this month, like, you're finally getting TikTok, which like you've been on YouTube and now you're finally getting TikTok, or like you've been on TikTok and now you're finally starting a YouTube channel, or like you're moving to a new platform that's like kind of hard to navigate, or like you're using a new software, or like a new operating system that's like, yeah, like this could also be new technology that you're trying to navigate. Or like you're dealing with clients who speak a different language and you're navigating that. It's like you have to navigate something that's kind of like mentally challenging, is the feeling that I'm getting. But yeah, I also want to talk about the kind of less favorable interpretation of dark energy, which is like negative energy. And you know, the Page of Swords does have some negative interpretations, which I think every card does, but this can indicate someone who is being kind of tactless. So for example, what someone should be giving you is constructive feedback, but instead they're just like scolding you, or they're just saying like, I don't like the way you did that. And it's like, okay, well, can you tell me how I should do it? Like, can you give me more to work with? Or like someone who's pointing out your mistake and like, yes, they're right, but they're just being really rude about it. So you could kind of have a run-in like that this month. With the Page of Swords, it's just like the wording was bad, the delivery was bad. They might be telling the truth, like they're not wrong, but like, do you have to be such an asshole about it? It's like that kind of vibe. So like a boss or a coworker, or even a customer, this could be a customer too, could kind of like mouth off to you. I want to tell you not to worry about it though, because this is a page. Like, page is the smallest of the court cards, so it's like not a big deal at all. With that being said though, if you're sensitive, it probably will feel like a big deal. When I worked like part-time jobs, I can think of a couple instances where my bosses made me cry. But it's like, what they were saying about my performance was accurate. They were just so rude. And I had to like, well, one time I actually cried in front of them, which was very embarrassing. But the other time, thankfully, I was able to get into like the bathroom. But yeah, like you could just be dealing with something like that. But it's interesting with all of these eyes. Oh, it's like maybe it's bad because like they did it in front of other people. Like maybe it's like your manager saying something rude to you in front of a customer and it's like really embarrassing, or like in front of your coworkers. But I feel like these eyes have your back, honestly. So they could come up to you after and be like, oh my God, that was so uncalled for. Like you're gonna be supported in this. With the page, it's like they're the smaller person. I want to make that very clear. You're like this buff, look at this. You're this buff Neptune with 3 blades. Oh, you have this one blade? That's cute. Like, no. And look, it looks like he's about to like, thoop. I'm not saying you should do anything like that, but this is energetic symbolism. It's like you're in the right, or like that wording or that delivery was not called for. There was definitely like a better way to, a more constructive way to say what they wanted to say. But yeah. Anyway, let's focus on the positive of this card. So moving on now, we have, oh, I don't know why I didn't think of this before, but like the purple and pink, it makes me think of third eye chakra and crown chakra. So your psychic senses are like off the charts this month. Pay attention to that. Okay, so for your spiritual and personal growth, we have the Ace of Swords. So that's so funny, like 1 and 7 I felt like were important numbers for this group, and then we have a 7 and a 1 coming out in your tarot cards. And pages also indicate new beginnings too. And then for your oracle card, we have energy, and I just saw 3737 on the camera timer, which reduces to 1 again. I really like how these go together, because the Ace of Swords can talk about epiphanies or like sudden moments of clarity, and then lightning bolts make me think of that as well. It's like a lightning bolt, like it like, I don't know what that sound effect was, but it comes into your head. It's like a eureka moment. These 2 cards together are just giving like eureka moment vibes. Yeah, you're gonna be having a lot of like epiphanies in the early mornings. That doesn't mean you have to start waking up earlier, by the way. You could literally like be half asleep and have an epiphany and write it down and go back to bed. I just feel like that's the time of day when they will be coming to you. This morning I woke up and then I went back to sleep, and I had a dream about Dobby's death scene, which is so rude. Like, I don't know why my brain did that. It was very uncalled for. But anyway, yeah, this is epiphanies. This is intuitive hits, which you're learning how to recognize, which for some of you guys are already like in this flow. You're already embracing this, which is awesome. For some of you, I feel like this is a new development, and this is a development that you should be very, very proud of, especially if you resonated with this previous message of like connections from the past making you doubt your intuition. Or even like a person intentionally trying to make you doubt your own intuition, you being able to claim that back and like trust the intuitive hits that come to you, that's really huge, and that's really something to be proud of. But on another note, I feel like you guys are really recharging and refreshing this month. There's a feeling of things being more slower for you. You have less to worry about. You have less tasks, less responsibility. You can just like relax and take a breath out. And I feel like you're really, really recovering your energy this month. Like you're recharging. This month you're just like plugged into a charging station and you're filling up your tank. And I think what you're noticing, some of you guys I think have been dealing with fatigue for quite some time. And I think you're realizing like how much stress and like mental anguish can contribute to physical fatigue. Stress fatigue and, oh my gosh, anxiety fatigue is a very, very real thing. And I think you're just being gentle with yourself in that department. So internal narratives like, why am I so tired? Like, I slept X amount of hours. Why am I so tired? I didn't even do that much work today. And feeling like there's something wrong with you. Like, overthinking, worrying, being sad, that mental stuff tires you out a lot too. So we're forgiving ourselves for that and not being like, oh my God, I'm so lazy, or like, why am I so tired all the time? You've been dealing with a lot mentally and emotionally. That's the fuck why. Like, sorry, I'm not swearing at you. I'm just emotional. Like, come on, give yourself more credit. Be nicer to yourself than that. But we're recovering from that this month. We're recharging from that this month. As you release things mentally and emotionally, you'll feel a lot more physical energy as well. So for the last part of this reading, I don't normally do this like final part, but I just wanted to do it today. I have a few extra oracle cards, and these are just going to be like last messages and encouragement from spirit to you for this month. And you guys actually have a different image on the back of your card than groups 1 and 2. You guys have some people playing on the beach and on a swing. So prioritizing fun and playfulness is also important for you guys in October. And like we've been talking about, just taking it easy. We are one. Look up at the moon. The same moonlight connects us all. In the end, we are more similar than we are different. We are in this together. Oh, I think this is a message from your soul family who's calling to you. But I also feel forgiveness coming out from this card. Like forgiving yourself, and also, you know, forgiving whoever this person is, this asshole. I'm sorry, I feel really bad calling them that, but they're kind of acting like such. And also like forgiving those who have hurt you in the past. That doesn't mean taking them back. That doesn't mean saying that their behavior was okay, but just giving them, releasing them, and giving them space to move on and become a better person, and allowing yourself peace as well. Ooh, we have soul rooms with the number 22. We are unpacking teachings from your soul rooms. Take a moment to be still now during these activations. Ooh, this is giving me feelings of like unlocking skills from your past lives, unlocking memories and insights from your past lives. You could even unlock stuff from your future lives. I don't see why that's against the rules, because like your future lives already exist too. I feel like you're zooming out from your limited human perspective, and you're getting to access the larger body of wisdom, the larger body of work that your soul has. Maybe that's like what you're getting in the early morning. You're getting wisdom from your soul that's difficult for your human self to obtain in this physical world, but it's knowledge that your soul can feed to you from their higher perspective, as well as like from your soul connections in the 5D, and from your past and future lifetimes, and even like parallel lifetimes that are happening in another world. And that's so funny. It's like, take it easy, embrace playfulness, don't take it all too seriously. That applies to your gentleness message. That applies to the work message. Also, like, I feel like that applies to connecting to your intuition as well. This can especially be the case if you're coming from a place of constantly doubting your intuition. But I also think a lot of us, when we're working on like exercising our spiritual muscles, maybe you guys are like practicing divination, or practicing like talking to your spirit guides, or just working on like building up your spiritual abilities. I think something that can really paralyze us when we're working on those skills is like the obsession with like, what if I'm wrong? What if I make a mistake? And I do talk about this sometimes, but learning how to connect to your psychic abilities is like learning any other skill. Like, you are going to make mistakes along the way, but if you let that fear stop you from even trying, you're never going to get better. So for example, like if you're like, I want to do tarot readings, but I'm worried that I'm gonna like get it wrong. It's like, allow yourself to get it wrong. You don't have to take it so seriously. Think of it as like practicing any other skill. And if you do get something wrong, like make a note of it and try to diagnose is not the right word, but try to identify like okay, I interpreted it this way, but this is actually trying to tell me that. I'll remember that for next time. And then you put that under your belt. Or like, oh, I had this, I saw this sign in synchronicity. I thought it was trying to tell me this, but now I see it was actually talking about that. I'll remember that for next time. Like, you can take a more practical, like methodical approach to learning these kinds of gifts as well. And I think it's kind of harmful, like the way society thinks about psychic abilities. We think about it as this like magical gift where like you either have it or you don't. And if you do have it, then you must be right about everything. And that's so silly. It's like, take building physical muscles, for example. It's like, oh, there's two types of people in this world. You're either fit or you're not fit. And if you are fit, that means that you can lift the heaviest weight in the world. Otherwise, you're not fit. That doesn't make any sense. Like, skills exist on a spectrum, and nobody is perfect at any skill ever. So why, when it comes to psychic abilities, we're like, oh, if you're really psychic, then you have to know everything ever and get everything right? It just, I don't know, it just doesn't make sense. It does, whatever. I'm gonna stop my rant, but it's like, if you take it too seriously, you could stop yourself from making really, really amazing progress in your intuitive abilities, in your psychic abilities, and yes, also in the skills that you're learning in the 3D. Like, we spoke about learning a new language. I don't know how many of you guys like resonate with that, but the fear of making mistakes is the biggest like enemy to your progress. I mean, if you let the fear stop you. I like, not wasted, because I learned my lesson from it, but I spent a lot of years like learning Japanese, just like not talking at all, because it's like, I don't want to say anything until I think of the sentence in my head and make sure it's like completely correct. Like, just say shit. Like, just say it, just make a mistake. Like, if you get corrected, honestly, that shouldn't even be embarrassing, but if you get corrected, then you learned something, and that's a good thing. So yeah, group number 3, those are all the messages I have for you guys. So I'm going to end your reading here. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful day or night whenever you're watching, and I wish you all the best. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And you can also follow me on Instagram, where I frequently post pick a card readings. That will be linked in the description as well as in the pinned comment. And I also have a music channel. The song that you guys heard at the very start of this video was an original song, so if you're interested in listening to the full version of that song or any of my other ones, the music channel will be linked down below for you as well. Group number 3, I'm sending you guys so much love to your spiritual team as well. Once again, thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate your support, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.